there. How are you? Been thinking about you. This is Wednesday, so it's my Sunday night, and I'm getting ready to, well, I'm just going to color. Let's just face it. I'm not going to get ready for work tomorrow. I'm going to color. And one of the things I'm looking forward to coloring is this, the horror coloring book by Juan Calle and Santiago Calle. Now, these two are brothers, and they have a couple of horror colorings. I don't know if they list it. No, I don't think they do. They do a glow-in-the-dark horror coloring book. I actually have that one, but I have problems with the glow-in-the-dark pieces. I'm never quite sure what to do with them. Although I've seen colorists just color the page and then turn out the lights, and it looks really cool. So I'm tempted to get into that soon. But this one was sent to me by Anonymous. Thank you, Anonymous. And Anonymous had this in their own stash and asked if I wanted it. And I said, yeah, sure. Never realizing that Anonymous lives a long ways away, not in this country. I can't believe how much they must have spent on postage to get this to me. I was thinking they were in the United States and they could just use the media mail rates and, you know, pop on over to me. I had no idea. So, Anonymous, thank you so much. This book is fantastic, and I really love these two artists. I think they're really cool. So I was asked to flip this by someone who just got it. So let's look at this book. So this book is not Amazon printed. It is very, very smooth paper. And right off the bat, here's something you could color if you wanted to. I'm going to just crack it a little bit. It is glue bound, looks like. The paper is very smooth and thin. Although it is printed by Arcturus Printing, it's not super thick paper. So I would be real careful with water mediums. It's like a Cthulhu monster. But markers and pencils too would be interesting because it's so smooth, but I'll let you know how it goes coloring in this. These Juan and Santiago have, they're drawing on numerous references from 19th and 20th century movies and such. And this is hand-drawn. It says there's over 60 drawings in here, but they are single-sided, which is phenomenal. If you're going to give us thin paper, you're going to make it difficult to use mediums, please at least make it single-sided so we can use alcohol markers, water-based markers, any marker, doesn't matter if it bleeds through, fine liners. I would use oil pastels and chalk pastels, gel crayons. There's lots of things you can use. I would just be real careful with water. So we start off the bat with Baba Yaga's house, which I always love to color, and I love all the renditions of it. I have several different renditions of it in several different books, and I just think it's great. Now, these probably reference movies that these guys look like they might be zombies in a mall. They probably represent movies that I haven't seen, and so you guys might know this more than I do. I don't watch horror or scary movies. I just like to color the images. That's a freaking scary. Is that Penny Dreadful? That is a scary clown. And he's juggling like these little demon guys, which are actually kind of cute. I kind of like them. They're actually kind of adorable, actually. Little round pulley things trying to be tough. That's actually a neat page. Here's just like just a monster, just a ooey gooey monster who is eating a lot of the fauna in this swamp. It looks like he's not very picky about what he eats. He's got like deer carcasses down there. Oh, and a human skull and spine. So, you know, anything goes for this guy. Oh, this is great. It's kind of like Planet of the Apes meets Mad Max, maybe. I would have so much fun with this sky coming from behind it. You could do it any color, just make it really dynamic. Very cool. Kind of reminds me of Alan Robert, but without the extra little dashes and stuff, doesn't it? It's kind of an Alan Robert type style. This is looks like Bride of Frankenstein, who's had a bit of a problem here. Not quite came together right. But again, another fun one to do with lighting effects, and this would be fun. Yeah, I can think of a few colorists I'd like to see do this one. Another one. That's one thing I love about Juan and Santiago. They are very good about giving you effects just there on the page for you to add color to. I mean, this wallpaper in the background is already kind of Victorian, spooky, gloomy. And then you have all the demons coming out of her with her hand, her muscles all in a rigidness. Her muscles are all rigid and her eyes are rolled up in her head. Very cool. Headless Horseman. Oh my gosh. Okay. I got to start keeping track of these for Halloween this year. I have two that I found that, this is the second one that I found that I haven't colored. I thought I'd colored all the Headless Horsemen I had, but I got to keep track of them because I'd like to color them at Halloween for sure. That's a cool one. The horse is really cool in this one. Oh, wow. It's like a cat mummy. It's like a cat goddess mummy, Egyptian, with the scarab beetles. That's neat. These are so original and so different. Whoa, this is a cool wallpaper page. What? This is like, yeah. Oh my God, it's like these Cthulhu creatures that are sitting there, and fish with human heads, and these weird snails with eyeballs. I totally want to do that like a wallpaper. And then people can look at it and go, oh, cool. Wait, what? That's what I want to do with this one. It's got some crystals and bones. Oh, I really like it. That's actually super cool. So's this one. I'm in love with this book. Look, he's got a face in his head, but a face in his belly too. And I love the background. No, I wouldn't color every single one of those. I'd use some distress inks and just make it look like a paper wallpaper, but and you can even just paint it out. I mean, acrylic paint could work on this for sure. You could just paint it out. It's such a weird drawing. Yeah, he's weird. It's almost like his nostrils are more eyes. There's a lot of eyes. We all know what this is. That's a Wendigo. I love the Wendigos. Oh my gosh. I don't know why. Can't tell you why. Maybe because I grew up in the woods exactly like this, and I can imagine them being alive in the woods. And they are protectors of the woods, even though they're pretty hateful to humans. Or maybe that's why they are. But that's a big one. Look at his hands. That's cool. You know I color every Wendigo page I find. Whoa, she's doing the creepy spider walk on the ceiling. This is sort of exorcist style, and there's a face coming out of her back or front, or I don't know which way she's turned, actually. Wow. And look at this guy down here and his facial expression. It's so good. I wonder how they divide up what each one does, because it's two brothers that draw these. That's cool. I'm kind of really in love with Nautilus. These creatures here, they are so fascinating. We don't know a lot about them, but what we do know is really weird. They're like alien beings. And that guy is cool. He just come up from Davy Jones' locker. Whoa. Batman fighting the vampire in a graveyard. That's neat. Some of these evil guys are kind of cute. I mean, they've got this way of drawing with these noses and eyes and these big cheeks that are just kind of cute. But again, more lighting effects, fun stuff. And I think this is a skull sitting on a pile of intestines. What do you think about that? Skull sitting on a pile of intestines. Pretty sure. Yep. Zombies at the gate. Zombies are not my favorite thing to color. I kind of find them kind of boring. I like to color one or two, but there's always so many in a page. So I just sort of skip zombie pages. Uh-oh. Turn around. Turn around. Look what you've conjured. Oh, that's a cool monster. That is a really cool monster. It's all arms and eyeballs. I love the way they do people. Uh-oh. Look up, look up, look up, look up. They're like just going through this cave of rock or crystal, talking to each other, but they're not looking up. There's a giant thing coming in at you. You're doomed. You're dead. Oh my gosh. And look, it's straight out of a movie. Please tell me she's blonde. The blonde ones always get killed first. And look, here's these hounds of hell. And then all this, you could just make this whatever you wanted to. It's very cool. Again, these things might be referencing movies that I just don't know. That's the Cthulhu type guy. It looks like he's coming out of water, but he's on rocks. I mean, you could make this space. You could put him in any environment. That's kind of cool too. What they're doing is they're leaving the background sort of ambiguous. It could be water. It could be mountains. It could be clouds. It could be space. I mean, so you could make it into any of those and it would work. That is neat. He's a lot of monsters stitched together, right? There's the wolf man, and then there's Frankenstein's monster, and then there's the creature from the Black Lagoon. What's this one? I don't know this one. He's a whole bunch of monsters stitched together. That's kind of fun. Gotta love a good plague doctor. It's not a horror book without a plague doctor and a whole bunch of rats. And I love that these rats look like wallpaper. You could make this a rat wallpaper. So he's in a room coming into, coming in with his medicine. Of course, looks like he might need some of that himself. You know why they wore these, right? This is true. Plague doctors wore, because there was so much death around, there was a lot of decomposing and it smelled really, really bad. And they didn't understand, they didn't have germ science back then, so they didn't know how germs spread. It was usually something like, oh, God struck them down, or, oh, this is, they didn't know that they could spread it from person to person. That wasn't a piece of science that was known yet. But they didn't know it smelled. So they wore these masks and they put fragrant herbs down here so that they were smelling the fragrant herbs and it would cover up the stench of decomposition. Yep. Never mind the fact that it looks super creepy. But yeah, see, this is probably all this smoke is like. I don't think they burned it in there, but they just smelled it. But it looks like he might be too late. He's got garlic around his waist. Yeah, they just tried to keep the smell out of their nose. But, in the end, that's probably saved a lot of them because they are masked up and not catching any airborne illnesses. That looks like Jack the Ripper. I've seen some headlines that some new DNA evidence has identified who Jack the Ripper was. Is that true? Tracked him down through reverse genealogy. I thought this page was upside down. Oh. It's like a weird chicken monster standing on a guy. On the farmer. Oh, holy hell, he tore his arm off. He tore his arm off. He's got his arm in his mouth. Do you see it? He's got his arm in his mouth. Okay, so this is the revenge of the chickens. The chicken god has come down, and he has eyeballs on the side of his head. Yeah. I'm going to do this one. You know I'm going to do this one. Anything with a chicken in it. Hey, when you're a mummy, you want a mummy pet. So he's got a mummy kitty cat. So the mummy has a mummy kitty cat, but looks like they're running. But I kind of think they're in cahoots with this one, and this one is just sending him out. He's got the amulet, and he's controlling him. Or they're running away from this guy. Either way, that's a pretty cool page. I would think bandages like this would be fairly easy to color. You'd leave a lot of the page showing and just put some light, well, I would use alcohol markers of, you know, light warm browns or maybe some warm grays. Oh, Space Timber. This is one's going to be for Space Timber. That's Major Tom. They found a picture of him. Come in, Major Tom. This is what happens when your helmet breaks. Wow. Oh, what's happening? I don't like circus thing. Okay. Oh, this is really awful. All of the people are amputees, missing limbs. This one's missing a head. She's juggling some of those limbs. And the elephant looks like it could tear up everybody. Oh, ew. This is really gross. This ranks right up there with Nightmare Cabaret of its horror factor. This is spooky. Ew. Oh. Oh, God. Okay. Okay. He's chopping up humans. He's a butcher. He's got pots. He's going to make a nice soup. Maybe have a nice side of sourdough bread with that. Oh. It's like meat. Ooh. Oh God, more severed heads. Okay, now we're getting at all of the severed parts. This is the severed section. Yikadoodles, there's death, but looks like he's just going in for efficiency and taking 6 at a time. 7. That's cool. I like this one. Excavators, 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 excavators. Which one is it? I think one's a machine, right? And one's excavating. I don't know. They're in a cave and they found this prehistoric or ancient monster skeleton. That's cool. That's really cool. Neat. I think there's a name for this creature that has 3 heads, and they are a goat, a bull, and a... I don't know what that is. It looks like a... I don't know. A dog? I don't know. But they're eating people. Look how big this monster is, and the little tiny people. They're eating the people. They're here among this, you know, this pastoral type village, and just yomp, yomp. Eating them like little people nuggets. Yeah, that's kind of a cool monster. Oh, another page I like. I've kind of gotten into these sorts of pages. There's so many fun things you can do. Like you can black out some of them and highlight just some. You can do circles. You can do the coffee splatter method. You could do a lot to these kinds of pages where there isn't any story or anything happening. It's just a pattern page. There's a lot you can do to it. And I've been sort of fascinated watching you guys that are good at altering pattern pages. But this one's fun because it does have a central motif. And then it's got a pattern around it. But the pattern is 3D. Some of these frogs are behind other frogs. Very interesting. I'd love to do something with this. Meanwhile, those frogs are all in trouble. Oh, wow. Yikes. I don't like those kinds of mouths. When the teeth come out and they've got no lips. They're all gums and teeth. Oh, she's she's so beautiful from the head down. And then you go. I like this one, though. I love, at Mermaid in May, I do horror mermaids. So I started that last year, and I'll be continuing this year, and I'll go through books and show all my horror mermaids. And then I tend to pretty much just color the horror mermaids with a few cutesy mermaids thrown in. But I love to put that hashtag on it so when people are scrolling, just every now and get a terrifying mermaid. I think it's fun. This creature has been very restrained. Looks like there's a knight there to guard him. Creature may not be dead. He's got lots of lance things in him, but he's chained up like crazy. He's got sort of an iron mask and an iron spiked collar. That's wicked. It'd be fun to do something with lighting here because there's torches down here. It'd be fun to make it kind of dark, but then this part lit up. Love that. Of course, I love anything that's water or swampy. How is he still standing up? That one's actually really cool. Oh, look at that Sphinx. Oh, Odysseus? Zeus? She's got some god's head or some, and yeah, she's wicked cool. She really is very majestic. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, I thought these were his brains, but they're just like boils on the side of him. And then there's all these, oh, gross. The pustules are, these things are coming out of those boils. And then, of course, the background is boils, which, again, I would love to do. I'd love to make it into just, you know, a cheery colored wallpaper and then have, it's gross. That is such a fear fetish of mine, like things inside of my body, you know, like worms or bugs, or I've never had a tick or anything like that, but they terrify me because there are ticks around here, let alone Lyme disease. Yikes. But just the idea of something burrowing into your skin. Oh, get it out, get it out, get it out. Gross. Okay, I love her. I love her and her crazy kitty. Kitty, Fluffy. Oh my God, that is fantastic. She's like, I don't know if she's like the lady of the house or she's the maid of the house. Either way, she's seen better days. More cool wallpaper behind her. And Kitty, too, has seen better days. Wow, look at those fangs. Yikes. Where's your head? This thing's missing a head. The crown's still there, but there's no head. Really, really long arms and tentacles for legs. But someone took his head. See, again, this looks like, you know, like Utah would look like here in the United States, like these big rocks, but it could be, I would make it into a foreign, yeah, really foreign, other planet. I would make it into a planet. Because I don't think you're going to find this guy in Utah. What's happening here? Oh, he's seeping amongst all his bones. Looks like a werewolf. Had a good meal. Now taking a little nap. Yeah, as you do. Okay. A vampire. Oh, he has a lot of teeth. Ooh. He likes his snacks and his harem around him. Oh, boy. They're awful. They're awful, awful. Oh, I like this one. It's like, are these heads on a wall? And they're the, you know, the top ones. You got the Frankenstein's monster and the mummy and the creature from the Black Lagoon and probably the werewolf guy and or a vampire, and this is the werewolf. I don't know what these, it's got the front fangs are really long, but these are top monster skulls, and then the wallpaper on the back. It'd be fun to make them just like their mounted heads. Oh. I wonder, I want to know what these two are now. These fangs almost, it could be a vampire, but it looks almost canine, doesn't it? Like it's like this would be a werewolf. So what would this be? It's almost like a bat. Maybe this is a vampire. Oh, boy. A wallpaper of zombies. Okay. That's funny. That's really funny. You know, I might color something like that. That is funny. Uh-huh. Here's a little devil tree going on. All dancing around with the different literary depictions of the devil. It's neat. It's a neat picture. Yeah, I don't think I'll color this one. They're just, these wolf-like creatures are just tearing into this torso. Yeah. See, this kind of gore, I don't mind having it in my collection because I enjoy looking at it. It's interesting. It's funny. I don't color it. I don't color the insides of people very well. And I'm not really into it. I'm more like the horror stuff. Oh, this is good. Like this. These guys are like, whoa, look at us. We found something neat. And then there's all these evil fairies like, yeah, you think you did. Just go ahead and touch it. We're going to get you. Wow, those are wicked looking fairies. Yeah, okay. If you're seeing fish like this, you're down way too deep. But the surface is right there. So where are you? These are awful fish. He's got one knife. Yeah, I don't think you're going to... I think these guys, these piranha-like weird creatures, they've even got arms. Yeah, I don't think you have a chance. Of course, you're in the big suit. But all they have to do is bite through your air hose and you're gone. Can you imagine diving in one of these things? These are really, really heavy suits. And basically, your whole lifeline is up at the surface. As a former scuba diver, a former rescue scuba diver, this is terrifying to me. I want my air source with me, not up on the surface somewhere that I can't get to if it malfunctions. Oh, I love it that it's female. Yay! We're just going to saw everybody up. The Chainsaw Massacre, but done as a female, is great. With such a big grin on her face. She's so happy. It's nice to see women happy like that. Oh, so this is the wolf man fighting a werewolf. Oh, yeah, I want to see that. I want to see that. My money's still on Wolfman, but I want to see that fight happen. That's cool. What is he doing? What is this pose? Is he like dancing? I'm a dancing. Is he disco dancing while he rides his horse made of muscle? His skinless horse? They don't have any skin. And he's sort of attached to him. But he's like, I'm a dancing queen. Dancing queen. Yep, that's what he's doing. And the horse looks happy. They're just racing through the sky, desert, Mexico, somewhere. And dancing, disco dancing while I'm raving. Yeah. Aw. Oh, she's cute. What in the world is... Oh, she's got really cool little things flying around her. Look, that thing is... Again, the big nose just cracks me up. There it is. And then this guy... Bah. And then what is that? I don't know. Snake and... I don't know. Bat snake. That's great. They do draw people really good, don't they? Ooh, okay. Oh, yeah. And his tongue's wrapped around hers. Yikes, this one's carrying the arm. Oh my God, what are these? They're flying bat skulls. They're flying skulls with bat wings and spider legs. And hanging on to this severed head with his tongue around her tongue. It's so gross. So gross. I would probably color this one, though. Definitely would color that. That's fun. It's like almost like a mandala. Think I can enter this in one of those Disney mandala hashtags? Oh, she's cool. She's like a Viking witch. Yeah, she's neat. I don't think I've ever seen a Viking witch. There's a lot of pages in here. I think he has snakes coming out from underneath this hood, and that kind of scares me. This is cool. These are like the monoliths at Easter Island. This is really neat. All of these pages are pretty. Whoa, oh no. Oh no, did they just pull his eyeball out? Oh God. Wait, this head isn't attached to anything. I don't think you're feeling that anymore, buddy. Oh, and again, all these little weird creatures that we're seeing pop up with the big noses and stuff. They pulled his eyeball out, and they're running off with his head. There's a lot of severed heads in this book. Here's some more. These look like pickled zombie heads. Yeah, I'd be scared too. It'd be fun to do this as if she were in the dark and these jars were all glowing. That would be really horrific. Some of you are really good with that effect. I'd like to see you do that on this one. He's contemplative, contemplative, contemplative. He's thinking because his brain is exposed. What happened here? Is everything falling apart? I'm not sure what's happening, but he's concerned. He's got all kinds of parts showing. Oh, you gotta love that. Just a good old-fashioned trio of vampire witches with a heart. It looks like it's at a pub. It looks like it's at sort of a fun house or a theater or something. I think they're inside. Oh, no, they're out on the sidewalk. They just exited whatever this is. Very cool. Another one of these creatures, the skull, although it's missing its bat wings, the skull with the spider, and it's also pulled his eyeball out. Yuck. Through his mouth, maybe? I don't know. Gross. But then this wallpaper in the background. I think these drawings are okay. These brothers are really brilliant. They really are. This is not for the faint of heart. This has got some grotesque stuff in it. But it's really well drawn. And there's so many pages. If there's a few that aren't up your alley, you can just skip them. But there's a lot here that I love. And so I'm so grateful to you, Anonymous. Thank you so much for, I'm trying to keep the glare out of your eyes. Thank you so much for sending me this wonderful book by Juan Calle and Santiago Calle. If any of you are interested in, let me get the ISBN for you. There you go. Can you see that? And then if you want to find it, you could just plug that into your browser and it'll bring up wherever you can buy it. I'm probably it's available on Amazon. When was it created? 2021. So yeah, you should be able to find this. But wow, what a wonderful book. Thank you so much for this wonderful gift. I love you so much. And thank you all for watching. Have a great day. Bye.